Reverend Shaw with so much experience and wisdom. Let's go to work. That part right there. Go to work. Come on now. You got to give us the word. What's going on?
Well, one of the things that we're facing right now is this horrible situation what happened with the brother in Minnesota, Brother Floyd, and we see that this has ignited unrest among the people, and then we've turned peaceful protest into violence. Somebody's doing it. I don't think it's actually the black protesters. Blacks are participating, but I think more whites and other races up there in the front, rocks and bottles and things. So I don't want people to get it twisted between those who have been doing peaceful protests and those who are creating a mess. Those two things aren't the same. In the daytime, the protesters out, as things turn toward the night, we see all of the violence and fire setting and things like that. However, even with that being said, even with the violence taking place, it is nothing compared to the violence that has been done on black people in America here, and it is nothing compared to the violence we've gone up through the last 400 so years. Mm-hmm. So it's time for America to quit playing with this issue of race and quit saying all the kind words and so-called, in quotes, back in our play when the condition has not changed. In 65, we rioted because of police abuse. Now here we are in 2020 going through the same issue. And so we need to knock off all of the rhetoric. We need to quit believing in one party over the other. Where is the action of the Democratic Party right now? If they love us so much, how come they're not pushing to change the law? We know the Republicans. We know where they stand. We know how they look. But it is more dangerous to think somebody's your friend, but they never take any meaningful action to change your condition.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Absolutely. And then that goes in part where we always talk about mental stability, thinking mentally future forward, having a growth mindset and so forth. And now this is a real time where people need to start listening to what that actually means, because repeating a cycle, that's backwards. That's going backwards, and that's not helping anything. It doesn't do anything, but that's what people go. It seems like most of the time, it seems like that's what they deal with, because that's what they know or what they seen, what they learned, because they won't use their own critical thinking skills. They won't use what they have because either they lack confidence or they have been dilapidated due to some psychiatric drugs that they're currently taking.
Well, the thing is that when we look at our system, it is designed so we'll have a lack of confidence. Mm-hmm. When kids are not being taught how to read, when the inner city schools are under budget, when we see all of this going on, there is no confidence to have. A person like myself walked into the sheriff's department and had all kind of and writing disabilities and things that I had to correct on my own. So if most people who interact with me, I'm an intelligent individual. Right. But why did I have to those type of obstacles when it would have been too easy to teach me how to read, so forth? And I'm not even saying that our teachers didn't try, but it's the way this thing is set up. We don't have go into the schools. Our kids don't have dictionaries and stuff. Yeah. So we go through all of this. We go through where people are having so-called anxiety behind the coronavirus. Well, I'm going to just say this. If we were able to get through slavery, if we were able to the civil rights movement, where if we are able to travel and any time a policeman hit us with a light, we don't know if our lives are in danger or not. We never can stand up and I'm not talking about being disrespectful, because we can't eyeball the policeman, so we can't look him in the face. We can't do this. We can't do that. Look here. When you're dealing with police and white people, white people are expected to comply with whatever the officer says.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are expected to obey what the officer says.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a difference in how you respond to people who are not complying with you and the way you respond to people who basically are not obeying you.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
to understand, if PTSD is hearing a ambulance or hearing a gunshot, then don't we supposed to get PTSD when somebody shoots us or chokes us out or on broad daylight one of the witnesses or cameras who are begging for a man's life?
Exactly.
And you hold back his neck? Isn't that trauma? So it's all foolishness.
Yes.
They can't select if they want to be trauma and not be trauma. And well, the reason they can do that because there's no science to it. So that's why the Citizens Commission on Human Rights is taking on these issues in the field of psychiatry, and we try to separate psychiatry from mental health, even though psychiatry is the driving force behind mental health.
Right.
We try to separate. Nobody's against mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
exactly.
But we are against psychiatric abuse. We are against the over-medicating of children. We are against electroshocking children and pregnant women.
Exactly.
We are against the atrocities that occur in that field.
Absolutely.
So, but when you look at what we saw, and let me tell you, we look at this thing and we see that they still playing with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would they use, oh, well, you can't get first-degree murder because there's no proof that he intended to kill him.
Oh.
What do you think? When you hold your knee on the back of a man's neck nearly 3 minutes after he's no longer conscious.
Right. Exactly.
If a martial artist chokes you out, when you go limp and he knows you out, he lets you go because he doesn't intend to kill you. If he kept holding you for 3 or 4 more minutes after he knows that you're unconscious, now he is trying to kill you. And from the moment that man went through and went punches to the moment they pronounced him dead, that's all premeditation at that point.
Exactly.
See, it came before. So if I came to your house to get my stuff back and it ended up killing you, that's not premeditation.
Right.
But if I walk into the house with a gun and tell you, I'll kill you if you don't get my stuff back, and you say, well, I'm not going to give you your stuff back, now from the moment I decide to kill you for not doing that, that is premeditation. See, but they strengthen now. I have a choice. I can walk away. I can call the police. I can do it. But I made a decision. The moment I made the decision to the time I pulled the trigger is premeditation.
Right.
So they playing with this stuff. They have not arrested the other 3 officers who all from the different angles put their knee on him, one on his leg, one on his back, while this guy had it on his neck. They've all had this guy should have been on the force 18 different times. He had complaints against him, and he was even in a shooting.
Man.
And they all this, and now in the middle of cities burning, they're gonna keep playing with this issue.
Exactly.
Let's just say this: if me, you, and one of our friends, you sat as the driver in the car. I sat as the lookout, making sure nobody's coming. Our friend goes in and robs a store. The clerk reaches for a gun. Our friend kills him. They give him murder. They give me murder as the watch out. They give you murder as the driver. So why doesn't it work the same in this situation?
Exactly. What they call that double jeopardy, wouldn't they? They should.
No, that's not double jeopardy. Double jeopardy is when you are accused of a crime and then you get acquitted.
Oh.
And found guilty of the crime, and now you cannot come back and charge you again.
Oh, okay.
That's different. Yeah.
Well,
So, but
yeah, it's not equal. It's definitely not equal. The rules don't apply to everybody that's a human being. Because man, they are far
and,
past being humane.
and one of the things I want black people to do
Yeah.
is be able to see what is actually happening in our marriage. I am not a great fan to discuss this, but if we looking and we see as many white as we see black, we see them thugs. Why do we only think it apply to us? He's calling everybody a thug.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start shooting and rioting and burning buildings and throwing things at people, we had an officer get killed up in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, there is a spiritual behavior that we're responsible for. And if we go into war, then we go to war.
Right.
But if we are peacefully protest, then peacefully protest. And one other thing I want to say on this is Kaepernick took a knee and got attacked and lost his career and everything.
Yeah.
If they would have addressed police abuse at that time, maybe this brother, George Floyd, wouldn't be dead.
Right. Exactly.
See? So now let's see the people who protested so vehemently against Kaepernick taking a knee.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see them show that same enthusiasm against this police officer taking a knee.
Exactly. Yes, definitely.
Because he took his knee on the back of a man's neck.
Right.
Till he was dead. A man that begged him, that told him, a black man that is sitting there calling for his mother.
Yes. Right.
This is me. This is your friends.
Yeah.
This is any of us.
Mm-hmm.
I've had walked in the store and they say this $100 bill, and I've had it done with a $20 bill. Is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody called the police on me. It wasn't. Where's the investigation? Hey man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What am I doing? Why are you giving them a fake $20 bill?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean giving them a fake $20 bill?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now he can find out my intent. He can do all. But if I'm dead before there's an investigation, if you just leave me out, sit me on the curb, then take me over and kill me.
Right. There's nothing.
How do you know that I took that $20 bill back to the same store that I was at earlier? Who gave me that $20 bill?
One-way conversation.
I don't have a machine to know if it's good or not.
Exactly. Man. So we definitely have got to get, we got to get some more things on the ballot, some more information. Well, we have so many different things already. It's just the people that's sitting in the chairs. That's what it is. I really believe that. Let's take a pause. Like they said, let's just take a pause for the cause.
White people and our black politicians to quit saying is they need better training. That is not the problem. As an ex-sheriff deputy, you're taught what you need. Mm-hmm. This is the problem right here. Mm-hmm. We refuse to believe that it's just straight out racism. Mm-hmm. Because if it was a problem with training, they would be killing white people too. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Ooh. But this happens to us.
Yeah.
Very few poor whites get the same treatment, or maybe some. Mm-hmm. Hispanics get a lot of the same treatment. Mm-hmm. Certain places, Native Americans. Right. But the thing is that it's not a matter of training. It is a matter of disregard for what you can people less than humans.
Right.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that man is an animal comes from mental health or psychiatry. It comes from psychiatry. So if I'm an animal, like we saw in The Godfather, the guy says, we want to keep it away from children. We'll sell drugs in the dark community. They're animals anyway. Let them lose their soul.
Oh.
That's in one of my favorite movies of all time, The Godfather.
Oh, wow.
When they had the big meeting at the table,
yes.
and they were fighting over the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
The guy stood up and said that. That was part of the way people thought. We'll traffic it through the dark people. They're animals anyway. Let them lose their soul.
Man.
So this is what we're facing in America. Unfortunately, I hope it starts happening. But a sister asked me the other day, we were looking at Black Lives Matter, and she said, yeah, a lot of people are upset with the fires and stuff. She said, but I want to ask you something, Rev Shaw. She said, where's the clergy protest?
Ooh. Wow.
See, now, we are planning some things.
Yes.
There's petitions go out. The NAACP mainly deals a lot in legislation now. They've had some people participating. I'm trying to get to certain forums and be involved with certain people to make change and to create the programs that can make a difference. But one of the things that is hard to do is change a racist mind. And if you can kill a kid because he got a hoodie, and then you hide in your hood in your closet.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, that got to change.
Right. Exactly. That's for sure. Man. Oh, man. So, yeah, I know the first thing and everything, like-minded people have to band together because it's just overwhelming, to say the least, man. Like, so at the same time, there's a lot of people that's out there that don't know where to go to get help, but we know that we've been telling people, and I need to do more flyers or something. The cchr.org is filled with so much information that can help so many people, because some people they act like they own an island by themselves, but they're watching everything that's being spewed at them from media that is all, mundane, but that is so true. If we can uplift them by empowering them with more education, and definitely going to cchr.org.
Yeah, CCHRINT.
INT and CCHRINT.
They can go on there. They can go to change.org. They can sign a petition against electric shock. We're trying to ban it in America and in California. They can contact us for information. If you have a drug that you're taking and you're not sure of, or they feel that family member is on something, they can go to that cchrint.org site, and they can look up the database, and they just have to enter the drug into the line, and it will give you the side effects. It will tell you that. Wow. And next week I'll talk more about that. We were going to talk about that this week, but we have all of this going on, and we needed to address it and put the correct viewpoint out there. And so next week we'll talk about the things that they're doing at CCHR that can benefit the public, that can give you information, that can do all of those types of things. Great. I'm so happy, my sister, that you are with me on the forefront.
Absolutely.
And trying to address this issue.
Absolutely. And I'm about to do this video right now.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
I love you. I appreciate you, and I love the fact that you are a soldier in the trenches with me in this fight against to save the lives of children.
I love you too, and no problem. Absolutely. Let's go to work.
Okay then.
All right.
All right.
Talk to you later.